You know, a lot of people, even our younger people, are realizing that the Democrat Party has been playing in black people's face. And with Trump, when he did that $1.7 billion slush fund for his people, that really exposed the Democrats. Now, I want you to hear what this little young sister has to say about it, because we've been talking about this, but I'm so glad our younger brothers and sisters are catching on.
Trump or not, one thing that he just taught everybody, including you too, black girl, including all y'all, everybody who don't like the man, right? One thing that we all can learn from him, right, is that if the blue party wanted to do anything for y'all, they would have done it. You got to pay attention. The man not finna get up here and give y'all 100 literal speeches. But if you pay attention to his actions, the stuff that he do, he's literally showing y'all, if y'all would just stop and just think for a second, he's literally showing y'all how they was playing in y'all goddamn face. He done all of this shit within 2 years. And the blue party has been in a chair for 12 years and ain't do shit for the black American community but keep using their Trump. DEI wasn't even for us. That was for immigrants. That was for people of the rainbow community. That was not for black Americans. But guess who they always use for vote? Black Americans. If that man didn't show y'all anything, he showed y'all that if they wanted to do it, they would have done it. He's showing y'all how they was playing in y'all face. Soon as they got in the chair, they have gotten so much shit done, I can't even think of it.
The young sister is just speaking the truth. Can't say nothing. Let's give her a hand clap on that. She's just speaking the truth. Because you know what? Yeah, Trump did go in there with an agenda. Whether you don't like the agenda or not, and a lot of us don't, he still had an agenda and said, I'm going to get it done. And if Congress won't let me do it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to figure out the way of doing it, whether I got to go to the Supreme Court, whether I got to do whatever. I'm going to get it done. And Trump had the same power that Barack Obama had, the same power Joe Biden had. OK, it's no different. They could have done reparations a long time ago. That's why I tell black people, don't let them approach you no more talking about no HR 40 and, oh, we got to go through Congress and, oh, it's not popular and all these different things they say it's not popular. Man, Trump himself isn't popular. He's polling at 37%. That's not popular. And yet he still gets things done for his people. He don't care about nothing else. He care about only his people and his base. See, what the Democrats don't like right now, and when Trump started doing all this stuff, say, oh, shoot. Now he's forcing us to have to do something for black people. Are we really not going to get the vote? I know they're pissed. They're pissed at Trump. And yeah, they're going to try to fight him about this slush fund. Oh, yeah, they're going to try to fight him because if it sticks and then he starts putting checks in their hands, then we can say, all right, thank you, Trump. Now, Democrats, you better create a fund for us, too, the reparations fund. And we need our checks, too, through the Department of Treasury. We can't play with these Democrats, man. We can't play with them. All that boule babble and all that mess that they do, we don't got time to listen to that no more. Democrats truly, and I'm going to tell you truly, you either get out reparations or you're not getting the vote. That's just bottom line. Because black Americans have been dealing with the racial wealth gap. Black Americans have been sabotaged all the way around, education, business, you name it, black people have been sabotaged. And the Democrats, and a lot of it's happened in Democrat-run cities because a lot of black people live in Democrat-run cities. So, yeah, you may live in a red state, but a lot of black people live in Democrat-run cities. And how is it that the Democrats are supposed to be so much our friends and so much about equality and being against bigotry and all this other mess, yet black people's lives isn't better in these so-called Democrat cities? But these same Democrats, when they was in power with Joe Biden, they had no problem putting money in the hands of illegal immigrants. They had no problem doing it. So that's the second step. They can easily put money in the hands of illegal immigrants, and Trump can put money in the hands of his people. So the whole time, Democrats could have really solved these issues and problems, and they chose not to. So when the Democrats approach you and me, talking about, well, come and vote for them because these people are racist, like you just as racist too. You the whole time you could have solved all these problems and you chose not to. To me, I think that's racism. To me, I think it's even worse than racism, because at least with a racist, they'll tell you up front to your face, hey, no, I'm not going to do this for you because I don't like you because you're black. Okay, I can deal with that. I can even battle that. But when somebody smile in my face and feel just like that racist, oh, yeah, we got to be in minority coalitions and we got to fight for the equality and all that, all this sort of thing. And the whole time you felt like the racist. Like, I ain't giving black people nothing. You know what I'm saying? Really, the Democrats have played a cruel joke, a very cruel joke on black people. Well, if we just get registered to vote and we got to mobilize and we got to get Black Voters Matter to get black people to vote. And we got to get the NAACP and the Urban League and, souls to the polls and all this mess that we got to go through. And yet you hear nobody saying, let's mobilize the white vote. Let's souls to the polls for the white vote. Nobody says that. It's a big fanfare talking about the black vote all the time. And all this fanfare, and you got the Ski Wee sisters, doing their thing to the polls and all that, all this big fanfare about voting, and you get nothing out of it. We have gotten nothing out of it. Think about it. Every time we've gotten change, it's been us being in the street making them do it. Them police wear body cams today. You know how they wearing body cams? It wasn't because we all got registered to vote and went to the polls. No, black folks are like, oh, you taking our lives in these streets? Oh, no, we got to have an uprising about this. We're going to get some justice. In the midst of black people having an uprising is why they say, yeah, we know we need to institute these body cams. Body cams wasn't a thing that we voted for. That's basically something we made them do. Now it's standard issue with most police officers now. When you look at different things that we fought for, we never went to let's vote and get it done, because that's believing in the system. And the system was never created to benefit me and you as freedmen, Black American, FBA, so long, whatever names you want to say. It was never meant to benefit us. Yeah, they got you on a hamster wheel when they just say, oh, all we got to do is vote. And look, I don't have an issue with voting, but here's the thing. Vote for what? If I vote, I better get something out of it. I seen the lady over the registrar in Harris County talking about the voting. And they say that's 5 million people in Harris County, 2.7 million people is registered to vote in Harris County. And hardly nobody shows up to vote in a lot of these elections. And she said when she talked to people, they're like, well, what am I coming to vote for? The voter apathy. It wouldn't be no voter apathy if things would be done for black people. But then they want to talk about how they losing a black vote. That little young sister is talking about that. You think she got that at a young age? You think that she's not gonna be stomping hard? And I love to see our younger brothers and sisters realizing the scam early, because these people been scamming us the whole time, unfortunately. And a lot of people been getting paid a lot of money to deliver up the black vote. But them days of you delivering up the black vote is over. That's why I say you better change careers. Or you better come on this side, because that'd be the only way you're going to be relevant at this point. That's the only way you're going to be relevant. Nobody want to hear talk about no coalition politics. Nobody want to hear no talk about souls to the polls and all that, the soul to the poll and not getting nothing out of it. No. Democrats need to run us our paper, run us our check, or we just not voting for them. It's just that simple. We got to be very serious about that. The last administration with Joe Biden, he was running. He wasn't telling the illegal immigrants to get a bill in Congress and register to vote. And did you talk to your congressman? Did you talk to your senator? They didn't tell them that. They was all passing money, secret job fairs, giving them free food that black Americans can't even get. So no, we need tangibles, and running our paper is the best tangible you can get. But shout out to our young sister for paying attention and not thinking emotionally. She's not that she likes Trump. The fact is, she's looking at it logically and saying, wait a minute, if this dude can do all this, y'all playing. And we're not going to let these Democrats play with us no more. And none of you shields, we're going to let you play either.